Nation. CP the franchise checking in on this Monday with breaking news. Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau has been named the NBA Coach of the Year, voted on by members of the media. Congratulations to Tibbs and the Knicks. 41-31 in the campaign, 4th seed in the East, making the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Yeah, they didn't make much noise, but, a lot of this is owed or due to Tom Thibodeau's coaching and his impact on this team, no doubt about it. So, congratulations to Coach Tibbs. Well-deserved. And, hey, it's nice to see the Knicks being treated well in the media for once. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. CP the franchise, check it in. This is KnicksFanTV Live, presented by Manscaped. Just a quick live, just to come on and announce the Tibbs Coach of the Year news. Kind of surprising still, just based on the fact that the Knicks, never get much credit in the media. And, Monty Williams obviously was a favorite, and the job that he's done in Phoenix can't be understated. He's done a great job. Former Knick, once a Knick, always a Knick. Put some respect on his name. He actually won the Coach of the Year award as voted on by the coaches. And that was announced a few weeks back. But Monty deserves a lot of credit. He had the Suns in the 2nd seed in the West, no doubt. Played great, turned things around. Finishing as an 11 seed or getting knocked out of the bubble last year and having them turn things around. Obviously, the acquisition of Chris Paul helped a great deal. Talk about Quinn Snyder, the job that he did with the Utah Jazz, number 1 seed in the West. That's tough. At one point leading the league in, all major statistical categories, both offensively and defensively. So Quinn Snyder definitely deserved his accolades as well. But when you look at Tibbs, a 20-win improvement from last year. I continue to say this was David Fizdale's team for the most part. They added Burks, they added Quickly. Obviously, Noel had his impact, but this was by and large the same core that David Fizdale had. And obviously the Rose trade made a big difference, but a lot of the Knicks improvements came before D Rose, especially on the defensive end. This was a team that was rated 23rd in defense last year under the Fizdale-Miller combo. Tibbs had them finish third in defensive rating. Number 1 in opponent field goal percentage compared to 5th last year. 1st in opponent's 3-point field goal percentage compared to 3rd last year. And number 1 in opponent's points per game compared to 3rd last year. They also finished 5th in the league in 3-point percentage. We wanted him to establish a culture. We wanted him to establish an identity. And I thought he did that. That was one of the... You were definitely concerned, at least I was, speaking for myself. I was obviously concerned when we got him with all the negative energy surrounding him, running players into the ground and not being able to relate to the young players. Well, you have 15 players ready to run through a wall for him this season. That's for sure. Whether or not they were burnt out in the end, as it pertained to getting blown out by the Hawks, didn't look like the same team. You could certainly argue that it's very hard to objectively prove that. It's very objectively prove that. We didn't have many injuries this year. Mitch's injuries to me were more fluke than anything based on his build. But to our main guys, RJ, Julius, they played. Night in, night out. Julius at the top of the league in minutes. Did they flame out in the end? You're going to have to ask them. I think that's hard to really determine. But one thing for sure is that Tibbs had them playing hard every night. They played hard on the defensive end every night. They were together. They played smart, even more importantly. In years past, you would always see these Knicks teams, scrambling, pointing their fingers when a defensive assignment was blown. You really didn't see that much this year. They were together. And offensively, they had their peaks. They certainly had their peaks this season, led by Julius, who had an MVP, most improved player year under Tom Thibodeau, studying Tibbs in Chicago, Minnesota, and coming back a better player. So I think you could give Tibbs a lot of credit there as well. Could definitely give Tibbs a lot of credit there as well. So congratulations to him. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Quick show. Just wanted to come in here and announce that. Salute to Aboriginal Ramney in the chat. He says, big up CP. This was well deserved. Imagine him with more talent. Can't wait. Well, now it starts. Because the first out of his 5 years was a great one. You know, the 31st coach in Knicks history. The last 20 years, not too many of those guys can say their first season was a rousing success. Despite what happened in the playoffs. Yeah, you can argue for the adjustments in the playoffs. I definitely hear you on that. He got out-coached by Nate McMillan. There's no doubt. I agree with that. At the end of the day, I just thought that they ran up against a buzzsaw in this Atlanta Hawks team who just put it on the Sixers in Game 1. So Philly better wake up. Philly better wake up. But now the pressure starts. The pressure starts. Because, see, now at 41 and 31, Tibbs has now set the bar. 4th seed in the East, he's set the bar. Now it's on Wes, Scott Perry, Leon Rose to get Tibbs some pieces to maintain or exceed that. And I think it's going to be a tall order. It's going to be a tough offseason, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Knicks have 7 first-round picks in the next 5 years, $60 million in cap space to deal with. Couple young chips, you don't necessarily want to trade, but, could be attractive to other teams. We'll see how that goes. So now it's on them to improve this team's positioning and make them a little bit better than they were last year. Because the playoffs obviously show that you can only get so far on grit and grind. And that talent is going to shine through. So what do they do at the 1? What do they do at the 3 is going to be critical. What do they do at the 1 and what they do at the 3 is going to be critical. I also think they could use a backup 5. We don't know what the Mitch situation is going to hold. We don't know what Noel is going to do. Could Noel go out and go fetch himself a multi-year deal with the team? So I think we need to get some more 5 backup at the 5. Maybe a stretch 5 as well. But definitely at the point, definitely at the 3. No doubt about it. So let's see where they go there. Couple names being thrown out there early. We're going to get to our off-season content in the coming weeks for sure and really kick this thing into overdrive. But couple of names being thrown out there early. Today's name of the day was Kelly Oubre. Oubre, who last spent his season with the Golden State Warriors, averaging 15 and 6 on 31% shooting from 3. Was a down year from his career year with the Suns, where he averaged 17 points per game and much better shooting percentage. But he was kind of marred by injuries as well. Finished the season with a wrist injury, so that didn't bode too well for him. But, is Oubre your top choice going into this free agency? For me, no. I've wavered on Oubre. Last year I considered it. Him as a potential, but that was based off of the year he had in Phoenix. But to me, with Oubre, he's so erratic, man. You just don't know what you're gonna get. Defensively, he hustles. He definitely does that. You got to give that to him. But offensively, his shot selection, his decision making. So I'm not so sure. I wanna go there for my first option. I think the Knicks have enough assets between the draft, free agency, trade. I think we can do better. But we'll see. According to the Post, there's mutual interest there between Oubre and the Knicks. We'll see. We'll see. Other names you're hearing: Doug McDermott, Doug McBuckets be coming back to MSG. Hopefully he comes with a cannon, because last time he was here, he's shooting nothing but bricks. He was in the construction business last time he was here. Now with the Pacers, he shot the ball a lot better this year. So, McBuckets could be a name. All right. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. You're hearing Kendrick Nunn out of the Miami Heat. Could Kendrick Nunn be an option at the point? We'll see. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Let's see who's in the chat. Delano sends a super chat. Delano, appreciate it. He says 275 viewers in here. We're up to 500, almost 400. He says, coincidentally, it's 275 in the Barclays watching Nets versus Bucks. Yeah, I'm about to take a look at that game, see what's going on. Salute to everybody else in the chat. How's everybody feeling? If you guys are new in the chat, leave me a hashtag new. I'll shout you guys out real quick. This one's going to be a short one, but coming up at 10:30, about 10:15, my guy Skyzoo is coming through. Skyzoo is coming through to talk Knicks and to talk about his upcoming album. So make sure you guys come back a bit right after the Nets versus Bucks game, because I'll be talking to Skyzoo. We'll take some calls then. And we'll wrap up the season with Skyzoo, get his thoughts on the season, his off-season ideal pickups, and also touch on his album as well. So that'll be after the Nets versus Bucks game. Come back here live on KnicksFanTV, as I'll have Skyzoo as my guest for a guest interview, and we'll take your calls as well. So that should be a good one. That should definitely be a good one. But yeah, anyway, that's to wrap up. Salute to Kawhi Ramen. Appreciate you, man. ATIXFB. Shout out ATIXFB. Louis Lopez checking in from Puerto Rico. Louis Lopez, what's going on? Everybody in the PR, DR, Cuba, what's going on? Jovan Rivera, what's going on? Bola Ola, how you doing? JJ from Brooklyn's in the chat. JJ, how you feeling? But yeah, shout out to Tibbs, man. Well deserved. Well deserved, man. Surprising, but well deserved. Well deserved. Definitely happy to see that he got it. This Knicks team was no doubt the most improved, and I just thought he did a lot with a little. Lowest payroll in the league. Even though Monty and Quinn Snyder were well deserving of this award, I thought Tibbs was the best. So, congrats there. Chris S. in the chat said, did you see what EP's dad was saying? EP, oh my God, Peyton's whole family is now getting involved in this thing, man. Listen, we wish Peyton well. Sayonara, good riddance. Just enough already, man. You know, yeah, I don't understand how a family doesn't understand that this is a business. I didn't see the Knicks, in my opinion, did not do Peyton dirty. They didn't throw him under the bus. They didn't screw him in any way. They brought him back here on a one-year deal, $5 million with a no-trade clause, and he was the starting point guard of the Knicks for 90% of the season. I don't see how Peyton's family could be mad at that. When it came to the playoffs, Tibbs went with the players that he thought he could win with, and he made the decision that was in the best interest of the team. For Peyton's mom, dad, sister, brother to be coming out in public trashing the team, as I said after Game 3 when his mom's made that comment, I just thought it wasn't the right thing to do. It's not about a parent backing up their kid, because any parent will do that. I'll do that with my kid. But you don't do that in public. There's no reason to bury the team in public after they lose because they didn't put your kid in. That's not right. So let's get Peyton out of here. Don't bring him back. Good luck to him, and keep it pushing. But I didn't even read the article. I did hear that his father had something to say about the situation, but honestly, I don't really care. So that's that. But yeah, salute to you guys, man. Once again, 10:15, 10:30, right after next Bucks. I'll be back here with Skyzoo. We'll take your calls on everything, man. Tibbs, off season, Skyzoo. If you have questions for him, definitely come with it. And I'll see you guys in a little bit, man. Peace.